Welcome back everyone for the next Databricks Unity Catalog session. Previously we have understood what is metastore, catalog, schema, tables and many other properties of Unity Catalog, how we can implement it. But in the previous session I used one sample data that built on top of the notebook. So this session, I'll take you to the entire data engineering process with the help of electric vehicle data, which I downloaded it from the free website, data.gov. It's very useful site. You can also use the site for downloading the sample data and play around. Then once we create the data, we'll see how we can utilize data lineage, how it is helpful for us for making any decision, for modifying the data or understanding the complete logic. And also we can go through other table properties. There may be slight difference compared to the previous session because every session I need to completely drop the object that I created and recreate to save some money, right? So the difference will be on the naming conventions, like the Databricks workspace name or the notebook name or even the catalog name, but the entire process is same as before, right? So for this demo I created another catalog, that is EDW. That is the one change that I done. And the external data, previous session I showed you that in external data we need to provide the path, right? So I have provided the path here, that is the another one. And now I'll show you the data set catalog where I downloaded the information. So I'll just copy this one and paste it below in the video, so you can use this site and download the data. It's free data, so you can use it. Now let's go to the workspace, and I'm just opening the notebook that I created before, right? Okay, so before going to the notebook, let me tell you one more thing, right? When you create the external storage path, you need to make sure that the path is giving on the root level. The reason is there are two methods we can access the storage location, or multiple methods, I would say. So previously I was showing that we can use the cluster. If you create the cluster using the property like credential pass-through, then based on your AD ID you can connect the data, right? But for the Unity catalog we cannot use credential pass-through. For Unity catalog you need to use the managed identity, right? And while creating the managed identity connection to the Databricks to the storage, you need to provide the correct path. So let's go to the catalog and go to the external data, go to the storage location, external location here, and click on this one that I created. Here if you look at this is the current path, right? ABFS Unity catalog. This is a storage name, and this is the folder that I have given access to, the identity that I created. So the identity Databricks connector is created for this path. And if you create any other path, any other folder outside of the data mart, then the Databricks cluster will not be able to access. So you can see that I have a row folder, electric vehicle folder, and the data mart, right? So whatever the data comes in this row, you'll not be able to access. So I loaded the data as usual inside this row folder. Then I realized that the connector is created only for the data mart, the managed identity. Then inside that again I had to create this row folder. So I'm just giving you so that when you create this settings, then make sure that you are giving in the root level, and so that all the data can be accessed using that specific cluster or process layer or whatever the folder you need to create. Every folder it can access. All right, so now let's go back to workspace, open that notebook. Okay, so just for example, you can see this. If you execute this, you will get this error message like invalid configuration value detected for this specific settings, right? But if you give this, it will be able to list out all the files available here. Now, as usual, I just read the data available in this specific file, and it opened the it created the data frame out of it, and you can see that the field name is not proper. It is purely the raw data that I received from the actual source, right? So you can think of like there may be many data sources for you, so all the data sources land as it is here in this row path, right? Now I'm just doing some transformation for here. I'm just adding with column renamed so that I can give my own naming convention, because each EDW or the file system that you are giving to the consumer should have the unique naming convention, meaning it should be very accessible to the end user, and they should be able to understand what kind of data, what kind of column it is, what kind of data it is going into the table and column. So I just added only one transformation, and then just created the catalog schema and finally the table, right? So I just created the table electric vehicle inside the EDW database. So this is the data frame uh, columns, the same column name I used while changing the column name, right? Now here it is using the delta. As I mentioned before, for the Unity catalog we always store the data in a delta format, and as recommended by Databricks, it should be managed data. But even if you want to have more control or need to understand, we need to keep the location for the final data, you can give the location here, specific table name, right? Now I don't have the data here. Now I just created the table. It's a plain table, right? So let's go here and SQL select star from. Now we don't have any data. Let's insert the record in this table, right? You know that we have the data frame ready. So let's see what is the data coming there. So df display df. All right, so you have all the data here. Now I'm just changing this one into create or replace temporary view and provide some view name. Now your view is ready. Select SQL select star from v underscore df. Now inserting the data into the table, it's normal process, right? The benefit of this Databricks SQL is it is same as our ANSI SQL. So you can use insert into this table name select star from v underscore df. All right, so this much of records loaded into this table. Now let's go back and query the data. Okay, data is available there. Now let's go to catalog. EDW. Again, I just created EDW. So the catalog also EDW name, database also EDW name. You can change the catalog name to something else, like your organization name or department name or whatever you want. So this is the schema name. Inside that I have one um, table right now. An interesting thing you might have noticed here is like the AI suggested comment, right? So it's already found that it's an electric vehicle table. So it picked up the details of electric vehicle details from internet. Then you can, if you want, you can accept it, or you can edit and add your own comment and update it. This will give you a lot of improvement. AI, artificial intelligence, even the copilot, right? If you go to the notebook and if you need any kind of code fix, you can just click on the code fix. On the left hand side, it will come all the codes that it may fix it, but still it has to go a long way, because I found many times the wrong code or wrong information is giving. But I hope in future it will improve. All right, so these are the columns as usual. Type comments. If you want, you can add comments what exactly this means. So you can say that this is the bin number of the vehicle. Okay. And if you want to add any tag, you can add the tags. Sample data, it will give you the sample data, what are the different sample data, and the details, where it is stored, external or managed data, and who created it, who updated it, updated date. All this metadata also stored here. And next is the permission. You can grant permission to someone who need it. So normally we prefer AD groups. Even for individual user also you can give. You have to just type the name. That's it. Right. History. You can see that multiple things happened on this table. Create table. Then we wrote the data. Set the table properties change. The change column names. All this happened. So the entire history is captured here. Okay. Go back to the workspace. Click on this. Now let's see what exactly the data we have. We have VIN number, county, city, state, postal code, model, year, make, model. Okay, so let's do one thing. I'm going to create another table. Let me create another table similar to this. So I'll just give electric vehicle summary. I don't need a VIN. County, city, state is fine. I don't want this. I'll just keep this. Okay. So now your next table is ready. Select star from EW dot electric vehicle summary. As usual, no data. Now we are going to insert record into this table, right? Let's go here, insert here, record summary, select. Let me drop this one again. I need to add count summaries, so let's check. percentage SQL drop table W summary. Okay, and I'm going to add one more field here, number, integer. Okay, there is some issue, so let's see. Okay, so what I need to do, I'll just come here, delete. Okay, now you have, okay, no result. Now what I'll do, I'll just take all this data and column, sorry, column, and I don't want string. Here I'll just take the count. Okay, and group by this much of items. Execute. All right. Now let's go to the catalog and see the data and the data lineage for this specific table, right? So we have electric vehicle summary. Go to lineage, click on see line graph. You can see it is not direct, but there is some transformation involved. So from where the data is pulling it, it is pulling it from this specific storage. The reason is I was still using the data frame, not the table that I created before, right? And on top of this one, I made the summary and inserted into this table, which is having this much of columns. Now let's go back to the other table and see how it is displaying. Let's go back and click on the catalog again. Go to that table, the first table, and go to the lineage. So here also you can see it is also pulling the data from this storage location, row location, and creating this specific table, but it is having the total 15 columns, right? Now I'm going to create one more table and see what's the change we can see it in the lineage, right? So let me create one more table. Okay, here I'm just giving the version 1. All right, here also I'll give version 1. Execute. Now let's insert the data, but while inserting the data, I'm not going to insert from the view, right? So I'm just going to insert it from the previous table, the least granular level table, that is this one, EDW vehicle. Now come down, change this VDF to this, execute. Now your new table, the summary table, is ready. Now let's go back to the catalog, select the EDW catalog, vehicle summary version 1, go to the lineage. Now see the lineage graph. I believe it is not refreshed. Let me go back here, shoot catalog, EDW summary, lineage, refresh it. Lineage, what? ETW vehicle summary 1, refresh. Summary 1 is here. Okay. Refresh. What? Oh shoot. Okay, so I just inserted into the same place. It should be version 1. Okay, version 1. But it's good. We'll see what's the difference, what's the change is going to happen to the other table, right? Let's see. Summary version 1. Okay, now let's go back to the catalog to understand how the lineage affected here after the last insert, right? Click on the EDW, click on the final table, version 1, go to lineage. Here you can see upstream. So it says that the table is loaded from this specific table, right? If you click on that, it directly takes you to the table properties of this. Now again, go back to the summary version 1, the last table, click on lineage, click on the line graph. Here it will directly show you how the data summary version 1 is loaded from this table. If you click on this plus mark, again you can see what are the other table populated using this vehicle. So we have electric vehicle summary and summary version, both are depend on this. But if you remember, this summary is also loaded from the actual file. This is the actual file that I loaded using this table. I mean, the table is loaded actually from the source data first, and then later by mistake I used the electric vehicle table to load it into vehicle summary instead of loading it into the summary version 1. And if you click on this electric vehicle, then again you can see this table electric vehicle also loaded from this specific location, default location, right? And if you want to understand the column level lineage, you just click on that table, then you can find out what are the columns you have it. And if you have any derived columns, it can find out how it is derived. We can see that also, right? Just give me a minute. Let's go back to our workspace notebook again. And I'm going to create one more table. I don't want to disturb the existing one. So let's create one small table. I'm going to create, let's just create a small one. Okay. Version 2. Okay, and I'm going to add city state string. Okay, so it says that, okay, the path is a problem, right? So here I'll just give version 2. Okay, now let's take the insert statement. So this is our insert statement, and I'm going to insert it again on this. Okay, now after the state I added additional city state, right? So what I'll do, okay, city plus state, and insert into version 2. Okay, and again I'm going to use, yeah, this is fine, enter. Let's go to our data mart. Just want to make sure that our version 2 also is available, right? So we have that version 2, so 4 tables are there. Let's go back to the catalog now. Click on the catalog, schema, and version 2. Click on the lineage, refresh, see lineage graph, click on here. So here you can see city state. So if you look at here, so this is how the city state is created. How it is created from city plus state. Very interesting, right? Cool. So this is what I want to show you in this session. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any question, please feel free to comment below. If you would like to receive more such videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you would like to connect with me, I have provided my details here, my email and LinkedIn. So thank you very much.